You're almost a new person.
Every second,
Yeah.
right? A new person every second. I tell people all the time, like, the person you thought I was and the person that you knew is different than the person that's standing in front of you, even if you met me yesterday, right? And that's the key, that's one of the keys for me, is like always being willing and open to discovering more levels of what we truly are, right? I think I saw a view of myself once. I never told you this, but I don't tell too many people this, and there's only so much I can go into the story. But I was in a meditation, I was smoking a little bit, and I was meditating, and I asked to see a higher version of myself. And like to like see my true self. And like my consciousness zoomed out from the backyard I was standing in, like where I was looking up at the sky, from there into space, right? So then I saw Earth, and then from Earth went into deep space, and it was this huge like nebula cloud in the middle of outer space with all these beautiful colors and everything else. And my inner voice was like, that's you. Right? So if that's where my soul is broadcasting from, right? Mm-hmm. There's so much to learn in order to really understand that, right? Mm-hmm. And I'm gonna be changing into whatever version of me that can kind of like comprehend that.
Yeah.
Every second that I'm seeking that. Does that make sense? Yeah?
To me, it does.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. It reminds me of this story that I read. This woman had a near-death experience. Well, she actually was dead.
Okay.
And, she was out, and essentially in her mind, or what she remembers, is like going to heaven. Mm-hmm. And while she was there, she was talking to someone. I don't know if it was Jesus. I don't know if it was just somebody random. I don't know what it was. But they essentially said, you have a choice. You can either stay or you can go back. Mm-hmm. Her choice is to go back because she felt like she had people there that was leaning on her. Mm-hmm. He said, okay, this is gonna be painful, but I have to do this to you if you wanna go back. He like took his hands and spread, like put them around her, mm-hmm. and he like compressed her.
Back into the vessel.
He said,
Go ahead.
Bro, he said, your soul and I don't know what else you would call it, mm-hmm. but he said it's so big, it's so wide, mm-hmm. it can't fit, it can't live out loud there on earth in that form. Mm-hmm. We have to compress you to put you back down, mm-hmm. but there is more to you, but it can't be all exposed there.
For sure.
Apparently it's what he was saying.
For sure.
And then he did it, and then she went back, she said she was in pain, but she got over it quickly.
Okay.
So that's what that story that you just told reminds me of.
Yeah, and I believe that,
You ever heard that before? Something similar?
Yeah, I mean, I've heard it, I've felt it in a way. And that's what, that's kind of what I was telling you last week, like, your essence is crammed into Chris Richardson, right? Yeah. But that's not all of you. That's a fractal piece of you.
You did say that too.
Right?
Yeah.
So like, it's that same exact concept. It's that same thought process that we are so much more than this vessel, right? And then again, the journey of discovering that is what's gonna open you up to everything else, right? And like, every once in a while we get glimpses, like little pieces of like that power, that energy. And like you're just chasing it all the time. Like, Sometimes like, I remember one time I had a moment, like, remember in the movie Aladdin, mm-hmm. where like, the bad guy Jafar like turned into a genie. He was like, I have ultimate power, Like, that's how it feels for like a second, And then like, something else is there, and then you just come right back to like this. Like, I've been in those situations quite a bit.
Good.